Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It is Sunday morning and we're back at the yard. So if you saw in the last video, I was down south and I dropped the truck in for a service, and I knew that by getting somebody else to service it, I'd end up, there'd be a gap in the work and I would have had time to do it. But as it turns out, when they had it up on the hoists, we found that the pinion seal on the front diff was just starting to weep a bit. So I got back into town Friday night, and yesterday I managed to gather all the parts. So what the problem is this one here. So this is the input seal, and the other, I got the through seal as well to be sure. A new nut to go on the yoke on the input, and one for the through shaft. Now I didn't have the right size socket, so it's ending up being quite an expensive fix, but they're things that, you know, you build up tools over time, and next time I'll have the sockets. I just hope I've got the right ones, because seeing as it is Sunday now, I'm not going to be able to get any today, and I hope I've got the right seal. So as you can see, it's a bit untidy, but it hasn't been leaking long because it's not sprayed everywhere, but it is leaking a fair amount. So back to pulling the drive shaft off again. It's just I can't get away from drive shafts. You know, I spent 10 years in heavy tow trucks pulling drive shafts. You do this 5 or 6 times a day, and yeah, now I'm working for myself, and this is the second time I would have had the shaft off this truck. So anyway, let's get into it. Really wish I had a pit at times like this. Should be 1/2 inch. And of course I didn't bring a rattle gun or anything. I actually managed to stop this without even trying, spot on where you can get to all the bolts. Quite unusual that you land them in the right spot. So I'll crack them all off. I'll get back out and get my rattle gun. And what I'll do is I'll tie it. I'll drop a strap in around there, and we'll tie it up there so I can prise on this, and I don't have to worry about it landing on me and cracking my skull. Right, let's see if we can't get in here and work this universal out of there. Righto. I'm going to have to let that down, I think. Well, that's good, because I took the packaging off the socket before I actually tested it to make sure it was going to fit, but it does. Right, so now we need to get the big rattle gun in there and see if we can't crack that off. I'm a bit worried about it shattering the gears, as in I'm a bit worried about it the rattle gun chattering the gears too much if it's going to take too long. If it comes off easy, we'll just run with it, but if I have to be hammering away at it for half an hour, then I'll well, that's going to be a problem, because I don't actually have a 3/4 drive bar on me. Well, I think the moral of the story is that's pretty tight. Right, so we'll have to get 3/4 bar. Right, we'll be back. Alright, been to the tool shop. $300 later, but these are things that I used to have, lost over the years. I like this ratchet design. So you can't change direction, you just flip it over and go the other way, but yeah, I like that. So 300, actually 305. Anyway, right now just got to get this on there and find a large piece of pipe that I can stand on and see how we go. And no surprises, the microphone didn't work. So this is my first ever voiceover. Actually it's not, because I've recorded it about 5 times and deleted it already. Anyway, I found a large piece of pipe. I put the socket on. I didn't film it because it was one of those death-defying stunts where I'm jumping up and down on a 6-foot bit of pipe. All the things you get told not to do, how dangerous they are. Yep, I was doing that, so of course I didn't have the camera running. Anyway, didn't work, so I had to dust off my torque multiplier, which meant that I had the wrong size socket. So torque multiplier is inch drive, so I had to go back to the shop, spend another $100 and something on a bigger socket. I was worried about it because there's not a lot of purchase. That foot there is ideal if you're doing wheel nuts or something, you know, it's absolutely perfect. But for putting it on that universal, it wasn't ideal. And again, it was one of those things I didn't want to film because it was pretty tense. There was a chance that it was not going to go well. But anyway, I'm at my wit's end with this microphone, so we'll see. There may be another voiceover in this video. Alright, let's crack on and yeah, carry on with the video. Well, sort of a success. Like I said, I didn't film because the torque multiplier didn't have much purchase, and it really let go a couple of times and with a bang, not a good bang. So I tried the rattle gun, I tried a bar, now I tried a bar with pipes, tried the torque multiplier. So I'd asked as nicely as I possibly could, and it wasn't happening, so I had to split it. I had to get the grinder in there and split the nut off. So at least we're getting somewhere now. Now the yoke itself is going to be a nightmare, and I've got crap everywhere. I managed to get away with that, taking the drive shaft right off. So, nut is off. Now the yoke's still got to come off, and that in itself is going to be something of a challenge because I don't have a puller for that. But it's actually threatening rain, and as you can see, we're in the all-weather workshop here, where we are exposed to all the weather. So I think that's going to be it for Sunday. If it starts raining, by the time I pack all these tools up, I've got grinders and things out, electrical cords. Time I pack them up. Now I'm thinking, so the seal's leaking in behind here, right? It runs on this yoke. This yoke will have a surface that slips inside the ring, inside the seal. If it's got a wear mark on it, I'm probably going to be looking at a yoke. So I can't get one of them today. If it's going to rain, I'm going to be better to leave this in the diff just to stop any crap getting in there, any weather, any water, dirt, dust, whatever, overnight. So unfortunately, that leaves me free to do paperwork all day, so oh joy. I don't know whether I'd rather be under here skinning me knuckles and banging me head, or in the office doing paperwork. It's all got to be done, unfortunately. Anyway, right, I might just see. I'll have a look at this weather and see what I decide. Righto, we've got the yoke off. It was brutal, but that's how I roll. So, obviously this took a bit of a caning, but this is just a bit of a shield. It can easily be panel beaded, and yeah, I'm not even slightly worried about that. But if you have a look, I don't know how this is going to show up, but see the ridges on there? That's where the seal runs. So that is shot. But to me, I don't know if that's been machined before and another running surface has been, a sleeve has been put over that, because I don't think that would be factory. So I reckon it's leaked before they've taken it out, machined it, and put a sleeve on it. But I'm going to replace the whole pinion anyway. I think I would, yeah, I think I'll just replace it. But anyway, here's the old seal. Something interesting. So I popped that out, obviously mangled that getting in there, but that happens. And then we've got the new seal in, but this washer was in behind the seal. So it was between the seal and the pinion bearing. And it can't get there from the diff. It can't get through the bearings. Two taper roller bearings. There's no way this washer could get there. So it was essentially in there somewhere. So a seal was on there, like that, and this washer was in there. Whether that's what these marks are here, I don't know. The washer doesn't look badly worn, but there's just nowhere else it could have come from. So that's a bit of a bugger actually. It's got me a bit worried. But like I say, there's nowhere that could have come from. So under here, I'll show you. Oh, how many times have I had to get under here? Anyway, new seal is in place there. I just need to have a bit of a clean up, but I might even slide that pinion back in and then scrape all that crap off there, or I just might wait till it's all done and degrease it. That seal should, new seal, new pinion, or at least new sleeve, should stop any shit getting in there if I degrease it and spray it. Anyway, like I say, I managed to keep the shaft in without having to take the whole lot out, but it was pretty tight in there. So Sunday, hey? Buy a truck, they said. It'd be fun. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Hey guys, Monday morning. Been out doing the parts run and trying to find a yoke. So where we left off on Sunday was this yoke had all those scores in it, and it turns out that it's actually, they run like a speedy sleeve, a separate sleeve as a bearing surface. So the seal that I purchased on Saturday and installed on Sunday, even though I think if you look back through the footage, I said I wasn't going to do it. I did, I installed it. That's the wrong one. So they've said, yeah, bring it back and we'll exchange it. It's like, it's a bit late for that, it's already in. So this seal, the new seal, comes with new sleeve. So that's going to be quite, I have to be a bit careful putting that on. New sleeve, new seal, and yeah. But anyway, as you can probably see, it's quite damp in the all-weather workshop today, so I will not be getting under there, as there's actually no jobs on the books at the moment, so good time to be doing this. Now this here, they don't sell, and I obviously give that a bit of a talking to when I was getting the pinion off. Just what I did was use a chain and a binder. I wrapped it around the yoke, and just use a binder to wind it and pull it off. So that's about all I'm going to get done today, is a bit of panel beating on that. Everything else will have to wait till the weather dries up, or if a job comes in, then I'm just going to have to suck it up and get under there and get wet. Anyway, alright, we'll keep you updated. Well, the rain stopped anyway, so it's been an expensive little journey, and I haven't filmed a lot of the working because, well, if I have filmed it, I'm not going to show you because it all went a bit pear-shaped. But anyway, the new running surface is on. I've pressed it on with the a 20-ton press right here, so it was under the trailer on blocks. Now I've pressed it to where it was. The other one, the old one, was just below there, but there's a gap underneath it, and to my way of thinking, that should be home. You know, you'd push that down as far as you could. When I say it was expensive, I brought, you know, a lot of the tools for this. I mean, I'm going to use them anyway eventually, but what I also did was, the first attempt at pressing this on didn't go so well, and it buckled it. It actually put a ridge right through it, and so that was 160 bucks down the tube. And I pressed this one on, this one went nice, but I got to there, flush with there, and I couldn't get any further. I went to the salvage yard trying to find a bit of tube or something to go over there. I ended up splitting the old one, putting it over top, and using it to press down. Now, the witness marks on here are near the top, where that groove is. So if I was to push that home all the way down, I don't think the seal's even going to touch this running surface. Thoughts? I'm going to have to Google and see what I can find, but I'm going to polish this as well, because a couple of little marks here I don't like. Anyway, that's where we're at. It stopped raining. It's nearly dry enough to get under the truck. No big deal if I don't, as yeah, nothing on the books as yet. Pricing jobs, but nothing's come up. So this has been a very expensive job. I'll add up at the end just tools and parts, bearing in mind I buggered that one. Yeah, well, haven't add up. Scary stuff. Alright, back at it. So, the rain's gone. What we've got in here is our new input shaft nut and washer. I'm reusing the old bolts for the universal. Yes, I know that's frowned upon, but that's what's going to happen. I have done it plenty of times. As before, I've left this where the old one was. I'm just going to have to try it and see. So I've got everything ready. I've got two seals to choose from. So first things first, I've got to get under there and pull out that new seal that is brand new, but it's the wrong one, so it's going to be destroyed coming out, and it's a bit shit, to be honest. So I've got the truck going to build up here to get the airbags up, give me a little bit more room under there. So I'll shut her off and then we'll dive in. So there is our brand new seal, and it's going to have to come out. That is really in there. So filling up the new seal with grease to hold the spring in place is the theory. And I haven't had a problem with it in the past, so we'll do it again. I squashed my little finger. I've edited out the swearing, but man, it hurt. Nail's going to go black. Right, now what are we going to need to put this in? Something quite large to drive that in, because we don't want to damage that lip. Just see if I can't get it started. Okay, so it's into the seal. It's got a oh, the nail's going black already. There's I didn't show you, there's a ring around it, around the outside of that seal. That's going to be the tough bit to pop in there, so I'm going to have to find something to use as the driver, and it may very well be the seal I just pulled out. Right, so time for the yoke all cleaned up. Put a bit of lube around the outside. Going to run this for a bit. I don't know when, because there's not much happening. But going to run it for a bit and then drop the oil out, because like I said, there was a washer inside there. Not hot. Now you put that so that's going into the seal surface there now. So that was just the starting point of seal. Really wish it didn't have that dust shield on it, so I could see. I want to make sure that that running surface that I put on is in the right place, you know, because it can go on further. See, that yoke's got a long way to go on yet. I think that has to go down further. Man, that sticks on there. I think I'm going to have to drive that on further, which I don't want to. I didn't enjoy it the first time. So that's just connecting with the seal there. Is it? Right, but we've still got, can't see, we've still got 3/4 of an inch to go. What's the right call here? Do I drive it on further? Now I know that that's where it was when you took it to bits, but it was leaking. And I don't want to have to pull this to bits again, because it hasn't been fun. I mean, it's not raining now, so I should stop me bitching, but just think it's going to go in too far. So it's probably got half an inch to go here. You might be right. Block your ears. I don't know if I've done the right thing here. All right, let's get a bar on there. See if we can't tighten that up. That's tight. Right, now in the past, I've done this, balancing them on my knees. Putting the bolts in, but I think today, feeling a bit more safety conscious, so I'll actually put the binder on there, so if it does let go, it hasn't got too far to fall. Right. Someone said to me the other day, you just don't love that truck, do you? And I think the answer is no. I think I've just had too many years. I spent that long doing this sort of thing on other people's trucks that makes it hard to get motivated to do it, even though it's my own truck. Does that make sense? Survived without this little gun. It's bloody a ripper. Click. Click. Oh, there we go. Right, now all that's left is everything else. Right, we've had a bit of a clean up. I haven't test driven it. I've driven it forward so I could wash down the ground. I'm going to have to take it for a good test run and get it hot, so we're a bit cleaner. I'll be able to tell if there's any oil leaking out of there once it gets warmed up. So yeah, I ended up giving the whole truck a quick hose down while I was there. Didn't get a brush. Just got a quick hose over. So she's better. All right. Well, I'm going to get cleaned up. I'm right on rush hour traffic, so I just don't know if I'll go out tonight. But if I do, at least I can put a video up. Right, clean shirt. Clean magged up a little bit so I don't get this truck covered in oil and grease. Really need to get some seat covers. So I don't think it's going to take a whole lot to see if this is going to leak, but it'd be nice to get it warmed up. So there was a job on tomorrow, but I'm not that confident. So all the other guys I work with are in the yard, so I just said if somebody else wants it, go to it. I thought I was going to just put the video up as it was, just the repairs and the cock-ups, but I thought I'd better put some driving in. People want to see the truck moving. I'll turn the camera around once we get out of the sun. Alright, here we go. Really bad time to be test driving, but never mind. We haven't got a trailer on, we're just bobtail. I just washed that windscreen, you wouldn't bloody know it, would you? Right, we've been for a drive, we've warmed it up. Let's go and see. Oh, there's a YouTube comment from 190 Drive. I'll get back to you in a minute, mate. I'm just going to get under here and look at this now. Honestly, I won't be too disappointed if it's leaking because I was sort of expecting it. What are those spots on there? There's a bit of heat in that, that's nice. It's not leaking that I can see. Just a tiny little bit of play there, but that's all good. Well, there is plenty of heat in that, you know. That's actually quite warm. I think we might just about call it a success. Alright, well there you go. There we go. I think we can safely say it's going to be okay. Righto guys, thanks for watching. I'll go and have a beer, I think I've earned it today. Righto, catch you.